Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Mom Coaches Getting Clients podcast. Today, we're talking about finding your mom coaching style. There's so many styles to choose from, and what usually happens is your style finds you. And I'm going to show you how to up the chances that you're going to find your style and you're going to love it. And more importantly, your dream clients are going to love it too. So number one step, which is the number one step with everything I teach, it's to just home in on that niche, home in on that one struggle, one particular demographic that you want to go all in on and help solve a struggle, to offer a specific outcome. And I know this brings up stuff. If it does, be sure to check out my freebie, 50 coaching niches for moms. And it includes a training for you to come up with your niche statement. And I want to reassure you that this niche statement is just simply a way for you to get started on creating an epic style of coaching that is going to be your signature in the coaching world. Okay. So one struggle, and then that's just going to be your go-to so that you could become an expert in driving this vehicle that is loading up my bliss bus full of dream clients and driving them to their destination, or at least getting them closer with your coaching packages. And then you can start driving with style, right? I remember learning how to drive and it was scary. I swear I was white knuckling it for the first 2 years. And I was super hyper focused and aware. And now it's like my brain just hits this autopilot mode. And I have awesome style when I drive, right? No, the shortcuts. I do not 100% legal U-turns, but I do it with style and safety, of course. So just like learning how to drive a bliss bus, you are going to learn how to drive your signature coaching bus. But it is very helpful if you can come up with a tangible niche so that you could share with your people really value rich content such as this, me knowing that my niche is moms who are coaches. And I know you are struggling with getting that confidence. And that is what finding your coaching style is going to help you build as well. Confidence in your ability to coach and showing up as your authentic self, and knowing that that is going to attract clients, and more importantly, clients that you can actually help. So number two, now that you got your niche chosen, we're going to get clear on how you get them to that destination that they hopped on the bus for. So you are going to consider, okay, so I chosen this one particular struggle. Let's do a brain dump of all the other struggles that this dream client can also be experiencing, not straying too far from your specific niche, but just thinking about what really lights up that fire in your belly of wanting to become a coach. And what are some of the scenarios that your coaching clients come to? So just take that mishmash that makes up their life and some of the strife and some of the realities that's, really sweet, and do the old, someone's busting into your office, stressed and indecisive on something. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I am the Capitan of this bus. Sit down, let me hear all about it, and I'll tell you how I can help. Imagine you just don't even hear the words, but you're like picking up on that feeling, that essence, and take it scenario by scenario and say, what would be the common denominator in terms of how you would help them, and come up with, for the most part, we begin here, and then we're going to move on to here, here, and here. I call it the so that you cans. Begin with, first of all, you gotta, and then you gotta, and then finally you gotta. I don't call it the you cans. I call them the you gottas. I don't know why I'm thinking about you cans. Toucans and toucans. Toucans, the scariest bird out there. Something about those beaks and those crazy eyes kind of scare me. Okay, I don't know what my mood is today, guys. It's been a week. All right, so we got the you got us. No more toucans in the house. All right, so that is your coaching process. It can become overwhelming when you're thinking, "Ooh, I don't know if I have a coaching style because there's so many different humans out there who are going to come to me, strangers. I don't know what they're going to resonate with." We're going to come to that in a second. They're going to resonate with you simply being you. And what is being you? Everything, every step here we're covering here. You is that fire in your belly that brought you to this coaching niche. You is the way you would answer the prompt. First you gotta, and then you gotta, and then you gotta. Even though you may have taken a coaching training program that clearly stated, okay, first you do this, 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 this. Your body sheds whole entire skin layers every 7 years. Don't quote me on that. Just, I feel like there's some truth in that. My point being, as you're coaching over the years, your brain's going to change. Your perspective on life is going to change. Your core process is going to change. But the truth is, it's not going to change that much. But you're going to see it from some different and interesting angles. And it's going to grow alongside of what you as a human is going to grow in terms of what you're passionate about and interests, and also your current circumstance. So, for example, I started off as a mom coach, right? I called it Mama Bliss Coaching. And my core process that I came up with was number one, okay, first you gotta up the self-care. Number two, and then you gotta move that pranic energy we just replenished in your body, massage that throughout your whole being with creative play. Have some fun, express yourself. Have some mom only time and do something creative, even if it's simply making the bed and fluffing up the pillows and making a little teeny tiny little flower bouquet in your nightstand. Okay. And then you gotta, okay, we're feeling good. We're expressing ourselves. Now let's take a moment to evaluate what our values are, i.e. our priorities. And sure, we have some that we want to celebrate and hold sacred in our household, but what are my own wishes as a human? I keep saying human a lot. Stay human. Yeah. So just you as an individual on this planet, what are your own hopes and desires? So I always say you can have lots of different values for different areas of your life. So get clear on your values. And then finally, Mama Bliss, simplify in the name of protecting those values so that you can massage all that good energy and get out into the world and really celebrate what's important, because there's going to have that ripple effect out into your community. So those were my core pillars. But what happens is that, 12 years later, now I'm a business coach for mom coaches. And that core process is still transferable over to what I'm currently doing today. So start somewhere, and then you can kind of do like minor little adjustments, but the core principles is what you can lean on so that you can show up to your coaching sessions super ready for anything, because you know you can always go back to one of those pillars. Okay, what number are we at? 1, 2. So you're going to show up. We're only at number 3. So we're going to show up now, number 3, with your tool bag. Your tool bag is going to be all the modalities, all the tricks and trainings you got up your sleeves, and that makes up your coaching style. So when you are out there marketing your coaching, I would love it if you would not so much say, hey, I am, and then grab something from your bag, a Reiki coach or whatever, right? Get clear on what you help solve, and what's in your tool bag is what you can pull out and help people get towards what their destination is. So just really lean on the confidence that your ability to solve an array of struggles is available to you if you are watching this video or listening to this podcast. So just know that, hey, I got the ability, and I am going to continuously be adding to this tool bag as I move through this journey, moving with that fire in my belly, that passion that led me to the niche I've chosen, and also relaxing to the fact that that is going to probably morph over time. But let's begin here. So continuously refining, honing those skills, and going with that curiosity. I'm like, I want to learn more about that modality and keep learning. I spoke about this last week. I'm having deja vu about, my daughter moving into post-secondary, and, we had that talk. Life is all about continuously adding into our intellectual braininess. Like, we're always learning. That is the human experience. So keep adding to your tool bag and play with those tools, not only with your clients, but also on yourself. Always be coaching yourself. Become a master of what you currently have in your tool bag. And if you see there's some tools missing, then go out and get them. Go get them. And a great place to go get them is over at Mom Coach School. How many weeks is it? 12-week coaching training program. And you're welcome to dive in and move through the course. And you can learn more at momcoachschool.com if you want to check that out. Number 4, is that correct? 1, 2. I really did not write this in a very linear fashion. Okay. I'm just going to go with one of these. Number 4 is to stay sustainable. Finding your coaching style. You know what? No, I'm going to go with the other one. Number 4, let's say, is get coached yourself, exposing yourself to different styles. So this is very similar to, man, everything's going back to my daughter right now, but just thinking about, it's just as important. It's important to try different things to see what you enjoy as it is to learn what it is that you do like. But being coached yourself is a part of our professional development as well. And the cool thing is that my husband and I, we've been married now I've known him 23 years, but we've been married 21. And, it's natural. We have gone to marriage counselors like in the past, like way, way long ago. And that was tricky to find a counselor that we both liked. So it was kind of like, I feel that she liked you more than me, or he was kind of like, so the thing that's cool about coaches when you're hiring one, it's like, it's just one-on-one, right? One-on-one coaching. So get coached yourself. And same thing. This is like my favorite investment. I always try to have a coach on hand. And over the years, for like 12 years now, I have gone through many coaches. And I always say it's kind of like boyfriends too. It's like they come to you at the perfect time in your life. No one is perfect, but there's always a style, and it's always hard to put your finger on. But in preparation for this podcast episode, I was just thinking about, kind of in my head, going through that this is your life in coaches that you've hired. And it's like, oh, I remember that about her, or this about him. And just, oof, I did not care for that. Or, oh, that was so cool how she did that. So just note, it's almost like a tough love thing. Sometimes the medicine you get is just like, that did not taste good. But I'm in the belief that there's a little gifting nugget in all of those types of experiences. So notice what you enjoy on the receiving end of being a client, and then hold on to that. But whatever you're just like, oh my God, that was not cool. It's really useful to notice what the different client coaching styles are. So there's the more authoritarian tone. There's more kind of like the spiritual. There's more like heavy duty on the mindset. There's more like super strategy. So keep experiencing the coaching on the receiving end. So then you could maybe consciously or subconsciously even start homing your style so that it reflects kind of like what really turns you on, and it works and it feels good. And so you feel confident emulating that to some degree. Okay. And then the one I kept last for some reason is to stay sustainable. So again, I think I was riffing off of my past experiences. So back in the day, I wanted to do everything like just right. And that is a pun. because I used to write really detailed call notes. And I would even back in the day, because I learned from my coach at the time, I would color code them, like different, the letters were in different colors even. It was just like pages. And I remember I promised the follow-up notes like within like 12 hours or something. And I remember just having so much resistance. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just don't have it in me. So just always paying attention and imagining, like, what if I am fully booked out? I have like 15 clients on my roster. Am I going to be able to sustainably do this plus do the marketing, all the things? So over the years, I've really kind of pulled back on the deliverables. So now the onus is on my client to record the call, and then it's housed on her computer using Zoom. Take their own notes or listen to the recording if they opted for that. Even scheduling, I just like to think they're grown-ups, they can remember. So just keep checking in with, how can I make this even more simpler? Sometimes you do feel compelled. If you love writing up those love notes, for sure, go for it, but always check in to see what feels right for you. And again, just sometimes that little extra effort is part of your style. And if it kind of like fills up your love bucket, go for it. It's kind of like cooking. I have so many friends who are like, oh, make dinner again. I hate it. And I'm like, I look forward to cooking dinner. I also look forward to eating. So I'm very blessed because my daughter is also loves cooking too. So we're kind of like alternating now, which is great. But my point is, everyone gets kind of lit up by different activities. So notice what lights you up, and that can make up part of your own coaching style. Okay, so that's it. And all of these come together, obviously, as you can see. I was kind of really hopping back and forth. I think I hit them all, but just all comes back to keep it simple so that you can access what really lights you up and choose a coaching niche that really gets you excited. And that energy is what's going to attract your clients. And then they're going to experience your coaching style. And it's just going to get more and more defined. And it's going to be more and more appreciated by those who are lucky enough to find you. So if you want to get coached by me, I invite you to head over to blissbeyondnaptime.com and check out Work With Me, and we can do this together. I can help you with any one of these steps to get you coaching in your style with style sooner than later. All right, we will talk to you next week. Bye.